My friends, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you're torn between making a decision and doing nothing? We've all been there, haven't we? We've all faced moments where we stood at the crossroads of life, unsure of which way to turn. The power of decisions, the power of choice, is what shapes our lives. Imagine life as a vast ocean. Every decision we make is like a ripple in that ocean, creating waves that spread out, influencing not just our journey, but the journey of those around us. Now you may ask, what if I make the wrong decision? Well, let's talk about that. Theodore Roosevelt once said, in any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing, the next best thing is the wrong thing, and the worst thing you can do is nothing. It might sound confusing at first, but let me tell you a story that might help clarify this. I remember a time in my life where I faced a very tough decision. I was offered a job that was out of my comfort zone. I was torn between accepting the challenge or staying in my current job where I was comfortable but not growing. I knew taking the new job was a risk, it could be the wrong decision. But then I remembered Roosevelt's words. I took the risk. I made the decision. And guess what? It wasn't perfect. I stumbled, I fell, but every time I did, I learned. I grew. I discovered strengths I didn't know I had. And this, my friends, is the power of making a decision, even if it's not the right one. Doing nothing, on the other hand, is like a boat that never leaves the dock. It's safe, yes, but it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't explore the vast ocean of life's possibilities. It doesn't learn. It doesn't grow. Remember, my friends, it's better to stumble forward than to stand still. Now, let's delve deeper into the three outcomes Roosevelt talks about: the right thing, the wrong thing, and doing nothing. Imagine you're at a crossroads. To your left is a path shrouded in darkness. To your right is one bathed in light, and straight ahead is a path that's neither dark nor light. This, my friends, is the metaphorical representation of Roosevelt's quote. The right path signifies doing the right thing. The left path symbolizes making a wrong decision, and the road straight ahead, that's the path of doing nothing. Doing the right thing is like walking down a well-lit path. It's clear, it's comfortable, and you're confident in your direction. You move forward, gaining momentum, and you reach your desired destination without much hassle. Now consider the path of the wrong decision, the darkened path. You might stumble, you might fall, and yes, it's uncomfortable. But each stumble, each fall is a lesson learned. It's an opportunity to grow, to improve, and to become resilient. It's not the easy path, but it's a path that leads to growth and learning. And then there's the path of doing nothing. It's neither dark nor light. It's stagnant, it's comfortable, but it's also devoid of growth or progress. It's the path of missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. While it might seem safe, it's often the most dangerous path because it leads nowhere. Theodore Roosevelt's wisdom in this quote is profound. He tells us that the right thing and the wrong thing are both better than doing nothing because they both lead to progress. The right decision might lead to quick success, but a wrong decision, though initially painful, often leads to valuable lessons and personal growth. The worst thing you can do, however, is to do nothing, to avoid making a decision out of fear of being wrong. As Roosevelt suggests, even a wrong decision can move us forward, but doing nothing leaves us exactly where we are. So how do we overcome this fear of making the wrong decision that often leads us to do nothing? Well, my friends, here's a secret. The fear of making a mistake often freezes us in our tracks. But the reality is, mistakes are often our greatest teachers. Let's dive into some strategies to help you navigate this decision paralysis. Firstly, break down big decisions into smaller steps. Imagine you're standing at the foot of a mountain, daunting and immense. You might feel overwhelmed and unsure how to even begin. But what if you focus on just the first step? Suddenly, the task seems less daunting. The same principle applies to decision-making. Break it down into manageable parts and take one step at a time. Let me share with you a personal story. Years ago, I was offered a job overseas. The decision was massive and I was paralyzed by the choice. But then I broke it down. Instead of thinking about the whole life change, I thought about the job, the location, the lifestyle one by one. That made it easier and eventually I made the leap. And guess what? It turned out to be one of the best decisions of my life. Another strategy is to seek advice. We often feel like we need to make decisions alone, but that's not the case. Reach out to trusted friends, mentors, or even professionals. Their perspectives might shed light on angles you hadn't considered. Lastly, trust your intuition. It's that gut feeling, that instinct, that often guides us when logic falls short. It's not always right, but it's part of who we are, and it's worth listening to. Let me tell you, there was a time when I was torn between two career paths. Logically, one seemed more secure, but my intuition was pulling me towards the other. I trusted my gut, and it led me down a path that's been challenging, rewarding, and absolutely right for me. So my friends, remember these strategies. Break down the big decisions, seek advice, and trust your intuition. The path may not always be clear, but it's through action, through making decisions, that we move forward, that we learn, and that we grow. When faced with a decision, any action is better than inaction. My friends, life is full of decisions, big and small. But remember, the worst thing you can do is nothing. We've journeyed through the understanding of the power of decision-making, explored the concept of right, wrong, and doing nothing, and learned strategies to overcome decision paralysis. It's clear as daylight that every decision, whether right or wrong, propels us forward, while indecision leaves us stagnant. This is your call to action. Don't just be a passive observer in your life. Let these insights empower you to take the reins and shape your own future. Let's foster a mindset of hope and positivity, knowing that each decision we make, regardless of its outcome, is a stepping stone towards our growth. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more inspirational content. Remember, you have the power to make decisions, so make them count.